Hey, vinyl community. For this episode, I wanted to cover my top 5 epic fails shopping on eBay. Now, if you're like me, during the pandemic, one of the few options that you had for buying records was shopping on eBay. Yeah, there was Discogs, and these are some of the same things that you might run into on Discogs, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to be covering eBay. So these are 5 ways that I've been burned shopping on eBay during the pandemic when I wasn't able to get out to record stores and actually handle the vinyl or the cassettes or the CDs that I was actually planning to buy. I've had some great experiences on eBay. This is not an indictment of eBay. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy on eBay. But what I am saying is buyer beware, be very careful, know what you are getting into when you make that transaction on eBay. I don't want to see you guys burned like I got burned. So the first epic fail is misleading record grading. So there was an album that I desperately wanted as part of my collection. It was John Lennon, the soundtrack to the 1988 film Imagine. It's a double album. Very hard to find out in the wild, and it's hard to find a reasonably priced copy on eBay. And I found one that was a little more than I would have liked to have paid, but I thought, well, still at a better price than what I had seen. And the seller listed it as near mint. So I'm like, whoa, okay, sold. And I get it in the mail, and it's got bent corners. I don't know how well you can see on this video. You can kind of see a little bit there. The corners are bent. There's a little bit of ring wear on here. One of the corners is, that's not near mint. And so I thought, well, I'll contact the seller and see maybe, it got damaged in shipping, but it was shipped as safely as you could package a record. So I don't think it got damaged in shipping. I think this was the condition it was in, and I was just misled. Contacted the seller. He's like, well, if you don't like it, you can send it back. Wasn't willing to kind of give and take a little bit on the price. And so essentially I got it on vinyl. It's not in the condition that I would have wanted. It's certainly not at the price I would have paid for a record in this kind of condition, but what are you going to do? I've got it now, or maybe I'll find a better copy out there one day. I've had other examples, not necessarily during the pandemic, where somebody has graded something and you get it and you're like, ain't no way that is near mint or VG plus. More like good. So just be very careful. One of the things about buying records on eBay that is so difficult is you can't actually examine, in most cases, the corners, the spines. Some cases, the record itself is very hard to see. Are there scratches on it? What are the imperfections? So as a rule, I tend to stay away from buying vinyl on eBay, and if I do, I know I'm taking a big risk because the album might be damaged in a way that the photograph isn't going to show. Another example. So I found this is a mono copy of the Beatles' American Revolver in the shrink, still with the price sticker on it, and I got this. I paid a lot for this. I paid almost $50 for this record, and I get it, and I open it up, and it is a 1980s pressing. So right jacket, but the album inside was a 1980s pressing. It was the Capitol Rainbow label, but Capitol did reissue the Rainbow label in the 1980s. Record was very thin. And so I immediately realized the problem and contacted the seller, and the seller says he accidentally switched his original mono copy with the 1980s copy. Yeah, big coincidence there, but he did ship me the original album. I shipped him the incorrect record back. But it's a big hassle when you're waiting sometimes 2 to 3 weeks to get this record, and then it comes and it's the wrong record inside. It's really frustrating and it pisses me off. And yeah, I eventually got the right record for this, but still, we're talking like a little over a month before I finally got the complete record. So in that case, the seller did show the actual original mono pressing on the photograph, but sent me the wrong record anyway. So just be careful. Sometimes you got unscrupulous sellers out there. I always take a look at their rating. Anything below 95%, I just tend to stay away from. The next epic fail that I had, and this is more in relationship to cassettes and CDs, shows this on the photograph and you think, oh, okay, that looks in great condition. It's listed as VG plus, which, is good enough for me in most cases. And then you get the cassette and the spine is all bleached out. If you can't read it, I can't read it either. That's how bleached out the spine is. This is another example. Looks great. And then you get it, and the spine is all really bleached out. And I have a pet peeve about that. I display my cassettes and my CDs so I can find them and read them. And something just bugs me about a bleached out spine. And when you get that and everything looks perfect, and then you look at the spine, it's like, oh. And another epic fail is these, record club RCA releases where, oh, cool, this is what I've been looking for. Oh, man. And I've had that happen before, because especially these ones are misleading, where the cover looks okay, but never go just on a photograph alone. If it's a stock photograph, definitely would stay away from that if you're picky about the condition of your cassettes, CDs, or your albums, because chances are, if they're using a stock photograph, I'm always suspicious, like, gotta be some reason, so I tend to stay away from those. Another epic fail, read the entire description when you go to buy. So there was a series of, and I'm a Beatles collector, there was a series of interview records on the Psychedelic Records label. There's a series of about 12 of these, and they're all interview albums. And so I had gotten all of them except one, and it was one called the Beatles movie Mania. And I found it. It was new. It was $20. Sometimes those go for $30 or $40. I found one. I was so excited. Immediately clicked buy. Got it, waited my 2 weeks to get it in the mail, and then it comes. Yeah, it was a CD. It said CD in the description, so, my fault. I was so excited to find it. I saw Beatles movie Mania, but I didn't see two important letters in that description, which was CD. So that one's on me. I take full responsibility for that one. But sometimes we get so excited about a grail or something that we really, really had been looking for that sometimes we overlook critical parts of the description. So anyway, still don't have this one on record. But, what are you going to do? I got it, at least until I eventually find the record. Last epic fail is shitty packaging. So bought a record that was listed in great condition on eBay and get it in the mail, and the seller had packaged it in such a way that there was tape. They had taped shut the jacket that they had put the record in. They had taped in a really strange way. And so when I was trying to open the plastic sleeve up and get to the jacket, ripped off the cover, part of the cover of this particular record. It was in fantastic shape until the seller packaged it and put tape on it, and now it's ripped. Wah, wah. I guess I'll have to find a different copy of it later. But in that instance, nothing you can do other than don't shop for records on eBay, I guess. But like I say, buyer beware. eBay is not a perfect system to buy your vinyl, but if it's the only option you have, you know, that and Discogs, and you can't find what you want on Discogs, but you find it on eBay. And I know Discogs isn't a perfect system either, but just saying out there, beware, watch how much you pay. I am never paying more than 25 bucks for a record again on eBay. Too many risks involved, and hopefully I can find what I need out in the wild where I can actually visually inspect the record and not rely on the photograph. Too many glamour shots out there. You know, it's like when you're trying to sell a house, you're going to try and make it look as good as you can on the photographs that you put up on the real estate site. Same with eBay. People are putting these glamour shots up of records and cassettes and stuff to make them look their best. And then when you get them in the mail, they're actually a lot less visually appealing, or a lot, you know, the condition is not as great as it was listed or appeared in the photograph. So anyway, that is my caution to you. Happy shopping, and hope you're doing well. And if you like the channel and this content, give me a subscribe, give me a like, and as always, take care.